All right, Mr. Lewis, as superintendent of Pasadena ISD, what is it exactly is the job of a superintendent?
Well, my primary role is oversight of the entire district. I'm responsible, I think, to ensure that we have the resources that our schools need to make sure that they are teaching our kids in an appropriate way and giving them all the resources that they need to be successful as students. A lot of the job is interacting with the community to understand clearly what the community expects from us as a school district and try to meet those needs, as well as working with the teachers and principals to determine their specific needs and how they're going to communicate with and educate the kids in our district. It's a nice challenge, a big challenge, but one that I embrace and really, really do enjoy.
What is the biggest challenge, in your opinion, about Pasadena ISD and what it's struggling with, and what that topic can be and how we can get better from that?
Well, the whole process of education is a pretty serious endeavor. And so when we talk about making sure that our kids are college and career ready, that starts at pre-kindergarten and kindergarten on through grade 12. And so the most serious focus for us is always going to be how do we better prepare our kids for what's coming next. And so that's always the focus. Even when we talk about budgeting, we talk about legislation or anything else that's going on that impacts public education. For us, it's about the students and what they need. You may have the dream of what you want for your students, but if you don't have the financial resources, it's hard to accomplish that dream. So that will remain a challenge for us, probably for years to come, and one that we spend a lot of time talking to folks in Austin about providing the right resources for us. So that one's always going to be a challenge. 85% of our budget, and our budget is almost $500 million, 85% of our budget is in salaries and benefits for our staff. And if you're going to have the right kind of staff on campus to make a difference for kids, then you need to be able to pay well.
Okay, well, stand right here. We have a fine staff and faculty team.
So we do. I think most of the time, if we keep the best interest of our kids and our staff at heart, then we're going to come up with the right decision and make the right call.
Well, in my 3 years of high school, I can say that you've been making a lot of great decisions here.
Thank you.
The school year is almost over, as you know. To the students who, I guess, aren't too on track right now with school, trying to finish off the year, do you have any advice for them, I guess, as to where they can finish off strong on a high note?
Yeah. I know it's hard to stay focused. I can remember my senior year, particularly in high school. It was, my interest in what was left in May, for instance, was challenged a little bit. But what I think I learned through that process is how important it is to focus and to finish. So I want you to enjoy these last few weeks of school as seniors, and even as underclassmen, you going into the last few weeks of school, you got a summer ahead of you. Enjoy the weeks, make it a fun time, but also knuckle down and focus on your studies, because every day you miss is a day that you fail to learn something that you might need down the road. So it's just important to stay on top of things during the end. When you have all the distractions, it's harder to stay focused, but the kids that do well and continue to perform well are those, I think, that do stay on point throughout the year.